My coach told everyone his player was faking a concussion, then forced him to keep playing while 40 parents watched. My brother Caleb hit the ground so hard during the third quarter that I heard the impact from the bleachers. The sound cut through all the noise, through the parents cheering and the referees' whistles and the marching band warming up on the sideline. Just this sick hollow thud like someone dropping a bowling ball on concrete. Caleb was our team's starting linebacker, and he'd been going for a tackle when the other team's running back lowered his helmet at the last second. Crown of his helmet went straight into Caleb's face mask. Physics did the rest. I was 15 and sitting with my best friend Whitney in the student section, but I jumped up immediately because something about that hit felt wrong. Different from all the other hard tackles I'd seen in 3 years of watching high school football. Caleb stayed down for maybe 5 seconds before trying to get up, but his legs weren't working right. He got to his knees and just froze there, swaying slightly like a building about to fall. The ref threw his arms up in an X to signal injury timeout, and everyone in the stadium went quiet. Coach Brennan jogged onto the field with his clipboard, not the athletic trainer. That should have been the first warning sign. Miss Holloway, our trainer, was supposed to evaluate any player who got hit in the head, but Coach waved her off before she could even leave the bench. He crouched down next to Caleb, and I could see him talking, probably asking the standard questions. What day is it? What's the score? How many fingers am I holding up? From the bleachers, it looked like Caleb was answering, but I noticed his eyes kept drifting to the side like he couldn't quite focus. Coach stood up after maybe 30 seconds and signaled to the ref that his player was fine. He literally pulled Caleb to his feet by his face mask and walked him to the sideline with one hand on his shoulder pad. My mom grabbed my arm hard enough to leave marks. That's not right. He needs to be checked by medical. She started pushing past people to get down from the bleachers, and I followed her because I knew Caleb. I knew how he walked and how he carried himself, and the person Coach was leading off the field wasn't moving like my brother. His steps were too careful, like someone walking on ice in the dark. We made it to the fence that separated the stands from the field, just as Coach was sitting Caleb down on the bench. Miss Holloway tried approaching again with her assessment clipboard, but Coach literally stepped between her and Caleb. He's fine, Teresa. Just got his bell rung. Needs to shake it off, but he needs to be evaluated. Protocol requires that I check him for concussion symptoms before he can return to play. Coach's face went red the way it always did when someone questioned him. This is the state championship qualifier. We're up by 4 with 1 quarter left. I'm not pulling my best defensive player because he took a normal hit. The hit wasn't normal, Miss Holloway said quietly. I saw it from the sideline. That was helmet-to-helmet contact with significant force. He needs baseline testing. Brennan turned fully toward her now, and his voice dropped to something that sounded almost friendly but wasn't. You know how much I respect your work, Teresa, but I've been coaching football for 23 years. I know the difference between a real injury and a kid who needs a minute to catch his breath. Caleb's tough. He'll be back in the game before this timeout ends. My mom was yelling now, loud enough that people in the stands turned to look. That's my son, and he needs medical attention right now. Coach glanced up at us with this expression like we were annoying insects buzzing around his championship dreams. Your son is fine, Mrs. Donovan. This is why we don't let parents on the sideline. You don't understand the game. But we could see Caleb from where we stood, maybe 20 feet away through the chain link fence. He was sitting on the bench with his helmet in his lap, staring at nothing. Another player, his friend Julian, sat down next to him and said something. Caleb turned